was founded after 9/11 because they recognized that some people did something and that all of us were starting to lose access.
The debate over representative...
Today, we're diving into an issue that's got people on both sides of the political spectrum riled up. It's not just about one representative. It's about loyalty, allegiance, and what it means to serve this country. If you haven't seen the video already, be sure to check it out. It's a heated debate about Representative Ilhan Omar and the allegations surrounding her divided loyalty. Before we jump in, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and leave a comment down below with your thoughts on this entire situation. Now, let's get right into it.
I am here to stay, and I am here to be a voice against harms around the world and
recognized.
Censuring Representative Ilhan Omar of Minnesota. Whereas elected members of Congress take an oath to bear true faith and allegiance to the United States without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. Whereas Representative Ilhan Omar took an oath of allegiance to the United States upon becoming a citizen, declaring, "I absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state, or sovereignty, of whom or which I have heretofore been a subject or citizen." Whereas on January 27, 2024, Representative Omar gave remarks at an event in Minneapolis in which she made treasonous statements. Whereas Representative Omar said she has spoken to many Somalians who asked her to intercede for the Somali government by pressuring the United States government into certain actions. Whereas Representative Omar assured the Somalians she spoke to, the U.S. government will only do what Somalians in the U.S. tell them to do. They will do what we want and nothing else. They must follow our orders, and that is how we will safeguard the interest of Somalia. Whereas Representative Omar continued, "For as long as I am in U.S. Congress, Somalia will never be in danger. Its waters will not be stolen by Ethiopia or others. Sleep in comfort knowing I am here to protect the interest of Somalia from inside the U.S. system." Whereas George Washington warned in his farewell address of 1796 to guard against the impostures of pretended patriotism, and further declared citizens by birth or choice of a common country, that country has a right to concentrate your affections. The name of American, which belongs to you in your national capacity, must always exalt the just pride of patriotism more than any appellation derived from local discriminations. Whereas these statements by Representative Omar clearly violate the oath she took as an elected member of Congress to defend and protect the United States Constitution. Whereas Representative Omar has exhibited the treasonous tendencies George Washington warned about, and her actions must be condemned by all members of Congress who adhere to the oath they took upon assuming office. And whereas by openly admitting her efforts to advance Somalia's interest using her position as a United States representative, Representative Omar has revealed herself to be a foreign agent acting on behalf of a foreign government. Now, therefore be it resolved that Representative Ilhan Omar of Minnesota be censured. Representative Ilhan Omar forthwith present herself in the well of the House of Representatives for the pronouncement of censure. Representative Ilhan Omar be censured with the public reading of this resolution by the Speaker, and Representative Ilhan Omar be and is hereby removed from the Committee of the Budget and the Committee on Education and the Workforce.
So, here's the deal. The controversy around Ilhan Omar, the representative from Minnesota, has been gaining traction. It all started after she allegedly made some comments that raised serious questions about her loyalty to the United States. Some have even called her remarks treasonous, and for good reason. The debate was sparked by accusations that she was pledging her allegiance to Somalia over the UWSS, While some argue that it's just a misunderstanding or political theater, others are calling it a direct betrayal of Sash, her oath of office. Now, for us on the right, the issue couldn't be clearer. Omar, as an elected representative, swore an oath to the U.S. Constitution. She took a solemn vow to defend this country and its values above all else. That means no divided loyalty, no second allegiance to foreign powers. She was born in Somalia, yes, but when she became a U.S. citizen, she swore to renounce her allegiance to any other country. The remarks she made about Somalia's interests being protected while she's in Congress directly contradict that oath. In fact, it raises serious concerns about her true priorities. So, let's break down the clip and get into the meat of this debate. Omar allegedly said that, as long as she remains in Congress, she will ensure that Somalia's sovereignty and waters are protected from foreign powers. Now, to me, that's a huge red flag. She's essentially saying that the interests of Somalia will come before the interests of the United States. This is a matter of national security, plain and simple. As Americans, we have one country, one flag, and one government. The idea that a representative in Congress would prioritize a foreign nation's concerns over our own is not just wrong, it's dangerous. This is exactly why many lawmakers have come forward and called for a resolution to censure Omar. They believe that divided loyalty within Congress is a serious threat to the sovereignty of the United States. If members of Congress are going to serve two masters, how can they truly represent the American people? This isn't just political posturing, this is about the integrity of our nation. Now, I know some of you watching are likely on the left, and I want to hear your thoughts too. I'm a proud patriot, and my loyalty is to this country first and foremost. But I also believe in defending our rights, standing up for the Constitution, and ensuring that every voice is heard. I understand that Ilhan Omar has faced a lot of criticism, particularly from those on the right. But let's be real. This isn't a case of blind partisanship. It's about what's best for the nation. If it were any other representative making similar remarks, I think we'd all agree that it would be time to address the issue head-on. We need to remember that our Constitution demands loyalty to the United States. Omar took an oath when she became a citizen, and she swore to defend this country, not Somalia, not any other nation. If there's any evidence, and it's pretty clear in the video, that she's prioritizing the interests of another country while in office, then we have to ask, how can we trust her to make decisions for America? I'm not saying that she should forget her roots or heritage. I'm all for people embracing their cultural backgrounds, but there's a line that has to be drawn when it comes to political allegiance. A representative is supposed to represent the people of this country, not the interests of foreign governments. Now, this issue also brings up something deeply concerning: the integrity of the oath that all members of Congress take. When a person swears an oath of office, they are bound by it. And in that oath, they pledge their allegiance to the Constitution and the American people. That means no divided loyalty. For those of you who might not know, the oath goes something like this. I do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which I am about to enter. That's pretty clear, right? There's no mention of other countries or allegiances. This is about America, and only America. When Omar allegedly said that she would protect Somalia's waters and interests from within the U.S. system, she crossed a line. That is a clear violation of the oath she took. Imagine if every congressperson started prioritizing their home countries or the countries of their families and communities. The damage they could do to our democracy and national security is unfathomable. Let's talk about the censure resolution. The push to censure Omar is not a partisan attack. It's a necessary action to uphold the integrity of the U.S. government. The resolution is calling for her to be publicly condemned for her actions. She would also be removed from her committee assignments, including the Budget and Education committees. Now, I know some of you may argue that censure is too harsh, or that it's politically motivated. But let's get one thing straight. This isn't about silencing anyone. It's about preserving the trust that Americans place in their elected representatives. When citizens lose confidence in their leaders, the entire system is in jeopardy. This isn't just about politics. It's about the future of our democracy. If a member of Congress can openly declare that their loyalty lies with another country, what does that say about the United States? What does that say about the value of our Constitution? It says that it doesn't matter. that loyalty doesn't mean anything anymore. That's why we can't afford to let this slide. We have to hold people accountable. For all of us who love this country, who believe in American exceptionalism and the principles upon which our nation was built, this is a wake-up call. This isn't just about one representative, it's about the future of America. We can't let divided loyalties fester within our government. Think about it. What would George Washington say if he saw this happening today? In his farewell address, he warned about the dangers of foreign influence in our government. He talked about how divided loyalty could tear apart a nation. Those warnings are as relevant today as they were when Washington first spoke them. When we start allowing divided loyalties to take root in our institutions, we risk losing the very foundation of what makes America great. We risk losing our sovereignty, our independence, and our identity. The United States was built on the idea that we are one people, united under one flag. That must always come first. So, let's wrap this up. The censure of Ilhan Omar is more than just a political maneuver. It's a stand for the integrity of our nation. It's a stand for loyalty to the Constitution and to the American people, above all else. This isn't about her heritage or background, it's about whether she's fully committed to the United States. We can't allow anyone to put the interests of a foreign government ahead of America. We must defend our sovereignty and uphold the values that make this country great. The censure resolution is an important step in ensuring that our leaders are truly working for the American people, not foreign powers. What do you think about this? Should Omar be censured? Or is this just another partisan attack? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. God bless America.